What's up, y'all? So we are on week 2 of The Artist Way, and ironically enough, I feel like this week was very reflected in my life. It definitely had me taking a look at the people that I have around and whether or not they are adding to my sanity and my creativity, or if they are a distraction. So it's kind of just funny how life seems to work out that way. Exactly what you think you need, it shows up right in that moment. Um, I do think one of the things that they talk about in this chapter or this week's chapter is how we invite crazy makers into our lives. And it's not lost on me that Sinners, the Ryan Coogler movie, also premiered this weekend, and I had the pleasure of seeing it on Thursday. And that centers around vampires to a large extent. And there's a similar element there that this evil doesn't come into our lives until we invite it. Um, and it has me really reflecting on what I'm choosing to invite into my life, what I feel like I'm doing with my time, how I'm protecting or maybe not protecting my creative energy, and like even being really critical of what I value, like what is quality time. I think it's very easy, especially in today's culture, to fall into a habit of kind of just hanging out passively, I guess. Like um, we're just, doing something that like isn't really that productive. And I feel like that's not something I want to get into the habit of doing, whether we are incredibly compatible or we're just getting to know each other. Like I just want to make sure that I am always gaining something from the time that I'm spending with other people, I guess. And I think there's a balance to that. I don't want it to get too transactional where it feels like I'm only dating if I can get something out of this. That sounds unhealthy, but I do feel like there's a value in being able to know that the time spent with someone is intentional, I guess is a good way to put it. It's like I'm not just filling time with you. I was watching Michelle Obama's podcast with her brother Craig Robinson, and they had Tracy Ellis Ross as a guest. And they were talking about dating and what that looks like. And Tracy Ellis Ross said that she's 52 and single currently, and she was just reflecting on how it takes a lot of time to become, maybe not a lot of time, but you have to value becoming a whole person on your own outside of a relationship. One of the things that came up in the podcast was a conversation around having the ability to allow your partner to stand alone in a room, and be comfortable with that. And that's something that I value in a partner. I know some people don't want a partner like that, but I think for me, when I think about my ideal partner, it is someone who can stand alone in a room. And if I am not getting the sense that this people that I'm spending time with are that type of person, I need to move on sooner rather than later instead of spending extra time in a situation just because it's convenient or just because I'm, yeah, just not focused on the correct priorities. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing to explore and continuing to get to know more people. I think I need to, I don't think I'm going to commit to someone. I don't think I should move through dating in the next couple of months with the intention of trying to make any significant commitments. I think getting to know more people is going to be the best way that I can get to understand what I value in a relationship and what I might want in a long-term partner. Yeah.